Hello to everyone, Blue Fox here, and today I will finally talk about one of my favorite video games icon ever made, Sonic the Hedgehog. Discussing Sonic games is like traversing a minefield. There are few awesome games, but there are many, let's say not so great titles out there that didn't quite achieve what they promised. There is one game in particular that's simply so mediocre that no one talks about it. That game being Sonic Lost World for Wii U and PC. In today's video I'll answer the question, why did Sonic Lost World fail to please both old and new fans of the series? In this review-ish of the game, I'm not just going to say why the title disappointed everyone, but also what impact it had within the series. Also, I could say there are spoilers ahead, but really guys, it's a Sonic game. There's not much to spoil here anyways, now is there? Without any further introduction however, let's get started. So, let's start from the beginning. Between Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic and the Secret Rings, this mess, and much more, Sonic was having trouble positioning itself in a modern gaming world. However, Sonic Colors Generations, and some may also say the good half of Sonic Unleashed, were finally able to give modern Sonic a unique identity, moveset and gameplay. The Sonic formula could be of course improved in the future, but the important thing to take here is that modern Sonic had a clear identity and a firm gameplay structure. Why is this important? Well, Sonic Lost World completely backtracked everything Sonic Team did and tried to revolutionize the formula too much, failing both at making a good game and consolidating Sonic's gameplay. Lost World killed any momentum the Sonic Team had with the series and brought fans to ground zero. What were these drastic changes to the formula, you may ask? Well, let's find out in today's analysis of the game. Whoa, I can't believe we're like 2 minutes in the video and I still didn't actually explain what the heck Sonic Lost World is to begin with. So, without more explanation of what the frick is a Sonic, let's actually start talking about Lost World. More specifically, let's start from the very beginning, the plot. On the surface, the plot is simple and functional. You got your Eggman that wants to steal some animals, Sonic that wants to stop him, you know, the usual. Later in the story we find out that Eggman enslaved some beast-like creatures named the Deadly Six that also want to destroy the world. Eventually they rebel against Eggman, leaving Sonic, Tails and Eggman himself awkwardly working together for a while to defeat them. The plot itself is confusing to say the least, but let's start from the positive. First and foremost, Sonic Team decided not to add useless side characters and not to make Sonic edgy and cool with the teens. In addition, the plot is linear and consistent. No time warp stuff nor weird transformation into werewolves. Just Sonic, as we always wanted him to be. Having said that, the plot is not great. Like, at all. I found many of the jokes either too childish or simply pointless to the narrative. I mean, just look at this cutscene for instance.
You, fat one! Go take care of that blue pest.
Hey, who are you calling fat?
You! Now, if you hurry and destroy Sonic, I've got an even bigger sandwich.
Boy, sandwich!
Was it funny? Was I supposed to laugh? Did it give me motivation to carry on with my adventure or did it just give me chronic depression? I'm not too sure. But I assure you these questions pop up in basically every cutscene of the game. There's even a subplot where Tails becomes jealous of Eggman for some reason. Look, it's just badly written. Take my word for it. And what about the new characters? Are they any good? Oh ho, the new characters also detract time to the player with their boring, cliché and bland personalities. Look, let's play a game. Just try to guess the deep characteristics of these 6 monstrosity. Come on. I'll wait. Did you guess something along the lines of the crazy one, the fat one, the wise one, the girl one, the me after recording the cutscenes that are playing in the background, and the mafia boss level 35? Well, you'll be right. These characters are predictable and useless for the franchise. To be honest, the project doesn't rely upon the fact they are two-dimensional, I mean, also that, but upon the fact that they are also very annoying and irritating to listen to, even during levels. These characters are utterly useless and not adding them would have been better. But of course, you do not play a Sonic game for the plot, do you? I clearly stated before that not having it for a Sonic game it's a virtue if anything. The real reason why we all play Sonic games, it's one and only one. The gameplay. Oh boy, the gameplay. Where should I start? Well, remember the whole speech regarding how between 2008 and 2011 Sonic Team finally gave Sonic fundamentals and blah blah blah? Well, certainly the developers didn't, because plot twist, Sonic Team decided it was a good idea to reboot, yet again, the series, by giving Sonic another complete new moveset. Just, wonderful. Alright, let's get rid of the elephant in the room. Sonic has a running button. Yes, you heard me right. Sonic has a running button. Right trigger to be exact. In this game, Sonic does not gain speed or keep momentum by running. Let that sink in for a moment. It's unbelievable! And trust me, it sounds awful as you may imagine. Eradicating Sonic's core was a huge mistake to make for multiple reasons. The main one being that Sonic's speed is mainly locked. There is no smooth transition between one speed and the other one. You may only be in 3 different phases, either walking, running, or spin dashing. To be also fair, it is easier to control Sonic this way, and overall you could argue that the game is not that slow, but it surely doesn't feel natural to play Sonic in this way. Sonic Team also added some movements to Sonic that are not bad but surely underdeveloped. The parkour thing is cool in theory, but pulling it off is not intuitive. And also, I noticed that the speed at which Sonic reaches the wall to run across it, it's irrelevant. Completely irrelevant, since the running animation is always the same. Climbing is done a bit better, but it does kill momentum too easily. And finally, there's also a side jump wall mechanism using like 2 levels that is awful and not intuitive at all. Finally, for some reason, the Wisp powers from Sonic Colors are back, and they add, they add nothing for the adventure. In Sonic Colors, these power-ups really change the way you played the game. In that title, you would replay levels just to use the different movements. Here, they just feel kind of a side addition. These powers grant Sonic new ways to traverse the map faster, like the eagle that makes him fly or the laser that makes him go extremely fast for a few seconds. Some power-ups are interesting, meanwhile other ones aren't that much. So it's a mix of both for good and bad here. The level design is also mediocre. This time around, zones are weirdly shaped. Every landmass has its own point of gravity inside a small place, giving Sonic the ability to run around the map towards every direction. It's easier if you just look at the screen rather than explaining it. In summary, it's basically Super Mario Galaxy. The problem is that Sonic's speed doesn't allow him to explore naturally all levels, and most alternative paths are utterly useless and hardly rewarding. Also, the 2D sections are back for the good or bad. Having said that, there are some levels that play in unique fashions. For instance, there are a level where Sonic can't stop running, and others where he only rails. These levels are hit or miss. It's not bad of course to have variation, but these levels, even if good, feel more like if the devs are experimenting with new mechanics rather than consolidating the ones they already have. And as I claimed multiple times in this video, a lack of clear direction weakens the core gameplay. The themes of the zone explored this time are also surprisingly very weak in comparison to past Sonic games. In all titles of the series you had places like Chemical Plant, Spagonia, Aquarium Park. All levels had unique aspects into them. Even the bad games had at least original scenarios. But this time around, Sonic Team decided to make them pretty generic. The themes of this game are grass, desert, water, snow, jungle and lava. And if you're thinking to yourself, wait, aren't these? Yes. These are exactly Mario level themes. In the same order. I mean, just why? But before you think this game is atrocious, there are some positive aspects to everything I said. First of all, the gameplay, even if it feels unnatural, it does work, and it does it decently as well. Sonic is fast and there are no major bugs that can ruin our experience. Also, I did claim that some aspects of the parkour do not work, and even if that's true, the ideas themselves are actually very interesting, and if done right, they can be a lot of fun and add extra layers to level. Also, even if the themes of the zones are generic, there are some creative levels in the game, such as Desert Ruins and Casino Night, that are nice touches. In addition, the graphics of Sonic Lost World are actually pretty good. Sonic is cartoonish but polished in HD, and there are many hidden details that showcase the care of the developers into the game. The audio is okay as well. Only few tracks are memorable, true, but overall it's a good collection of interesting soundtracks. From the technical point of view and the artistic direction, there is nothing to be criticized. Credit where credit's due. So, in conclusion, is Sonic Lost World a complete disaster? No. Is Sonic Lost World a proper sequel to Sonic Colors? No. So why was the game lost in obscurity? Why did the game fail? Because Sonic Lost World is an extremely mediocre game. There is nothing in Lost World that other Sonic games don't have, but at the same time there is nothing horrible that makes the game remembered for being a disaster. Sonic Lost World failed in obscurity because it hadn't an audience, and because most people who played the game played it for a couple of hours, maybe finished the plot and left it behind. It's a sad fate, the one of Sonic Lost World, and believe me, what came after 2013, with the exception of Sonic Mania, it's a waterfall of disappointment. I hope this review-ish of the game helped you decide whether or not you want to give Sonic Lost World the benefit of the doubt and play it yourself. As usual, thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, please consider smashing that like and subscribe buttons. As usual, it has been a pleasure recording this video. This was BlueFox098, and have a wonderful day.